It was waking up to the sound of the ocean for me, sleeping to the sound of the ocean for me, taking a jog along the promenade for me, you know? It was just amazing. However, there were a few things about the trip where I was like, we could have done a lot better.
Young, black, and beautiful.
Good morning. Hey, good morning. Morning. Well, you might not be watching this in the morning, but just know I'm recording this in the morning. I'm feeling good. I just woke up. Last night I wrapped this thing, it's pants, around my head, and this morning I was on Instagram taking stories and I was like, damn girl, you look good. So there's a video that I've been meaning to record, but I just haven't found the time yet, and I was like, shit, do that shit right now. I think I swore too much in this intro, but it's cool. We move. So I recently went on a trip. I wouldn't necessarily call it a holiday because I was still like working from home. But I went on a trip to Durban and it was amazing. You know, I'm a water baby myself, I think. I am definitely a water baby, so it was waking up to the sound of the ocean for me, sleeping to the sound of the ocean for me, taking a jog along the promenade for me, you know? It was beautiful. Like, I feel rejuvenated. I went into the water, like swam a bit, and it was just amazing. However, there were a few things about the trip where I was like, we could have done a lot better. We really could have done a lot better. So this video is definitely about things to think about when you're planning a trip, and especially a group trip. Sorry about the noise. So the first thing is accommodation. With accommodation, you need to basically, I would advise you to do self-catering over like hotel or like something that only has breakfast, because child, food is expensive. Takeout is expensive. If you're going to be eating takeout for lunch and dinner for like 5-7 days a week, that adds up. I was about to say it. That adds up. It adds up, and it's really not worth it. I personally believe, like, it really hurts my heart, and especially because over the past few months I really haven't been ordering takeout. Like, I've been very like strict about that. I've been cooking at home, so I haven't had that type of experience, and now all of a sudden having it again is just like, whoa, child, why was I living like that before? Okay, I'm digressing. But yeah, definitely try self-catering accommodation. It's usually already cheaper than, you know, booking a hotel room or whatever, like bed and breakfast. Self-catering is already usually cheaper. You can find self-catering places that are the same. Like, we were staying on the beachfront at Durban, and we were staying in a hotel, but there were hotels like next door to it, so it would also have the ocean view and everything, but they offer self-catering, and honestly I feel like that would have been a better option. So that's something to think about. And then the second thing, sorry, I'm just having a look. Oh, transport. So you need to factor in your transport costs definitely before the trip. If you're going to be flying, you need to obviously pay for the flights and whatever, but then you need to know once you get there, because now you don't have a form of transport. When you get there, you're gonna need to factor in Uber costs, like what does it cost for the places that you want to go to from where you are. So with Uber, the nice thing, Uber, Bolt, like those apps, the nice thing is that you can put in your starting destination and your end location, and it will give you like an estimate. So check the prices beforehand, and yeah. And then if you're driving, know how many kilometers, like what the distance is that you're driving, and how much petrol your car uses, or that type of car that you'll be driving uses, and you know, estimate the petrol cost. And then also factor in the cost of toll gates, if there will be. You can check that on the website. I think just Google like toll gates from, if say, Johannesburg to Durban, and you will find it. Yeah, so it will give you all of the toll gates that you find along the way and the prices. And yeah, this table for like all of the national roads, like the toll roads in the country, you'll definitely find it. So factor that in when it comes to travel. What other travel costs? Oh, and then same thing as you did with the Uber and whatever, just factor in how much it would cost you to travel like within. Yeah. And then the next one, contributions per person. So definitely when you're traveling as a group, you need to factor in how much your accommodation is, your transport, as I've just mentioned. And then you need to like split that equally amongst you guys, or you know, whatever rationing you have, split that, and so that everyone knows what their costs will be upfront. And then the next thing to think about is what activities are you going to do when you get there. So I think especially if you're traveling in a group, you need to find out what is good for all of you. You need to know what each person would enjoy and try to find activities that are centered around that, because you don't want to be going, like say you're going to a trip in Durban and you're like, oh my gosh, we're gonna go skydiving, and your friends are like hella scared of water. It's not gonna be a nice experience when you get there, because you're gonna be the only one, or maybe there's just, yeah, you might be the only one who wants to do it, and then you're gonna be sad. So if you know beforehand what type of activities you guys are gonna gravitate towards, and also know what those activities cost, so that each of you can plan in advance, there you go. And then the last tip is try to open a savings account, especially if you're planning a trip that is really far ahead in advance. So say it's September now, and you guys are planning a trip for maybe next year September or next year December, then you can open a savings account, and after factoring in all of the things that I previously mentioned in terms of like the cost, you know how much your cost is going to, I mean how much your trip is going to cost you, and you can, you know, now know how much each person needs to contribute towards the whole trip, and then divide that into like a monthly contribution, so that it doesn't feel like you're taking out all of your money at once. Yeah, so those are my tips for, you know, what to think about when you're thinking about traveling. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Ooh, and by the way, if you enjoyed it, please subscribe, and everyone who's subscribed already, thank you so much. Like, you have brought me so much joy. I forgot to, I don't think I said hi guys. Hi, my name is Venture Cat. Oh no, this channel is Venture Cat. My name is Kat. Here we talk about travel and personal finances, and this video is just like a mix of both. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. Probably gonna put that in front, and it's cool. It's cool. The final product will be fine.